They obviously made a decision last year on budget to try and reduce corporation tax, which I think was a two-pronged attack really. I think it was good for the UK businesses that were doing well like ours. You know, at Better Bathrooms we've got X amount of money now at the end of this year to reinvest and grow the business. But I'm seeing, you know, business rates. There's a lot of talk about business rates, but every time you see it on the news in different areas, people are talking about all sorts of fancy things. I think we should get back to basics, and we should have business rate free zones for the areas that are suffering. So Wigan, you know, Wigan where I've grown my business from, we've created this, you know, monster of a business. We've got 200 and over staff now. But there's a lot of businesses come and go, and you see the small shops, and they're paying the same business rates as my business down the road that's highly profitable. And although, you know, if I was a greedy person, I go, oh, well, that's fine. But really, I would give them the relief, potentially up a company that's doing really well because they can afford it. So I'd look at free zones, and I'd look at years of how many years that you wouldn't be paying business rates for. So if you were those businesses, I'd say, you know, realistically, when you're growing a business, it's probably 5 years to get it off the ground properly. Then you can start motoring. So I'd look for business rates on small properties, you know, 5,000 square foot, 10,000 square foot. And that would make people more bullish. We simply recruit on attitude. It's not about where you've worked previously. It's not about how much knowledge you've got. If you've got the right profile and you've got the right attitude, well, we teach, train and develop. The future is and always has been the customers. So this is another sort of a thing that eats away at me. Like a lot of people say, oh yeah, digital, and it's not about digital. It's about everything. You've got to do everything from like our business. So we source direct from factories, which means we can produce the products at our spec for our, you know, the quality that our customer wants. We've then got to bring it into the warehouse, fulfillment. We've then got to communicate with the customer when it's arriving, what time did they want it, what day did they want it, did they want it on a Saturday or Sunday? You know, if something goes wrong, how fast can you fix it? And we've got two-man delivery teams, our own delivery trucks. We don't outsource it. It's delivered straight to the customer's house in, you know, in the whole of the Northwest. And that journey is a variety of things where, so you go online, they'll do the research, they'll have a look. They'll then might ring up, make a phone call. They might be at work on the dinner time, they get the iPad out or the tablet or the mobile phone. So it's the whole combination, and the strong businesses I know are doing multi-channel well. The weak ones and the ones that are at risk, in my opinion, are the ones that are just doing one trick, which is online. You know, as a business owner or a business leader, you've always got to think outside of the box. You know, what can your competitors do to you? What new markets are available to you? What new products are available to you? You know, where can you improve? Some people are scared to make a jump to somewhere like Europe, which everybody's talking about now because their internet economy is older. Well, it's not older than ours, it's behind ours by 8 years. In my opinion, some people say, oh, well, online retail for clothes is actually quite similar. And I think ASOS proved that because ASOS did a fantastic job of Europe. But certainly when it comes to home furnishings, they're definitely 8 years behind. So the opportunity is there, and that's something we're trying to embrace and get a hold of. But there's obviously barriers to that, but we'll come through and get over those objections. It took me a day to get all the questions together, and then it took me about 2.5 months to get the questions answered in a format that I felt, well, actually, I'm going to get on a plane now, and I'm going to form some contacts over there. The contact side of it took us about 3 months to get together. So all in all, it takes about 6 months. If the economy was established over there, well, you would probably take you a lot quicker, but I wasn't comfortable that it was. So I needed to go and get on the ground, speak to people in sandwich shops, speak to people at the petrol station, speak to the guy who was brushing the floor in the warehouse that we were looking at. And then the feedback was all very positive to online, and it was all about price and service. And so this whole 6-month journey, we managed to get that. If the economy was established, you would have found that there would have been other internet retailers who could have just probably give you the answer over a meal. When you've got a great business, how you grow your business is through scale. So it's about doing the same things over and over again, more times, and reaching more people. So that's what Europe is to us.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the future for you?
Yeah, the future for us, I always joke and I always say world domination. But I'm a realist as well. I mean, 10 years ago I was sat on the end of my bed on eBay, just answering the eBay calls. And today we've got 200 and odd staff with 40 odd million turnover with You know, we've got ambitions to get to 100 million turnover within 3 years. And then beyond that, it's actually quite scary what we could achieve. National Business Awards. I've had 2 experiences with the National Business Awards. Like in 2012, I won Entrepreneur of the Year, which was an amazing achievement, and it, you know, brought a whole load of publicity. But it goes back even before then, probably I guess around 4 or 5 years, when I think I was only turning over like £1 million or something, and I never got to the final judging stage. And I was like, I can't believe, who do they think they are? And so it was basically years ago. I was a bit upset. And as the years went on and concentrated on the business, I thought, well, give it a go again. Why not? And when they said they got to the final 10, on the shortlist, I was like, wow, that's a bit better. I'm quite happy now. And I remember being up in bed, and I was so excited and speaking to my missus, and I couldn't get to sleep. I was just thinking all night, I'm going to go to London and I'm going to go to this award ceremony, and it's going to be fab. This is just shows. And I was just so proud, so proud to get shortlisted. I was very proud of everyone at BB. And then on the night time of the award ceremony, I kind of got a few. My gut was telling me something's happening here. It was just conversations I was having with different people and different interviews, and I kept on avoiding the girl who was doing the filming on the night on the entranceway, having a beer with the boys. And in the end, she got hold of me, and I'm just thinking, oh God, really? Like, I'm not going to win this. And then we were at the table having the drinks, and we name come out. Table erupted, drinks went everywhere. I was soaked, and on I went to collect Entrepreneur of the Year at the National Business Awards 2012. I believe the internet's brought us all closer together. You know, you can contact anybody throughout the world. You know, manufacturers years ago, like when I first started Better Bathrooms, you never heard anyone. The only person that come for you was somebody foreign who'd come and knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm from such and such a place." Now you get emails daily from manufacturers, suppliers from all over the world saying, "Oh, we can do this, we can beat this price. Have you seen this new innovative product?" So there's lots of opportunity, but you've got to grasp it now. If you don't grasp it now, then someone else will, and that's what the internet's brought, is speed.